Aslan, you doubt your value. Don't run from who you are. Make a spurious division of one process into two, forget that you have done it, and then puzzle for centuries as to how the two get together. Never worry a bit in life. Always be full of merriment. You like me not because I like you. I like you just because I like me. There is no greatness where there is not simplicity, goodness, and truth. Don't wake me for the end of the world unless it has very good special effects. Better the comfort of a lie than the absurdity of the truth. You don't have the right to complain about your life if you're not willing to change it. All great things must first wear terrifying and monstrous masks in order to inscribe themselves on the hearts of humanity. The elevator to success is out of order. You'll have to use the stairs one step at a time. It's not enough to be nice in life. You've got to have nerve. It's often only in the lies we refuse to speak that any truth can be heard at all. Dead yesterdays and unborn tomorrows, why fret about it, if today be sweet? It takes sunshine and rain to make a rainbow. There would be no rainbows without sunshine and rain. You are exactly where you need to be. If you want something, do something about it. Otherwise, it will be your whole life. You can't strangle stress to death. You can try, but all that effort only increases its ferocity until it shatters your ability to contain it. We come spinning out of nothingness, scattering stars like dust. Before I can become an expert on anything, I must first become an expert on me. Until justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. Believe in yourself. You are braver than you think, more talented than you know, and capable of more than you imagine. There's no clarity. There was never meant to be clarity. Even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. It's better not to know authors personally, because the real person never corresponds to the image you form of him from reading his books. We fool ourselves so much we could do it for a living. I am always doing that which I cannot do, in order that I may learn how to do it. If you dare nothing, then when the day is over, nothing is all you will have gained. You realize that our mistrust of the future makes it hard to give up the past. Here, in this quiet place we own, worlds are born. Run the voodoo down. But better to get hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. It's failure that gives you the proper perspective on success. A thing may happen and be a total lie. Another thing may not happen and be truer than the truth. Death is so terribly final, while life is full of possibilities. There is a road from the eye to the heart that does not go through the intellect. One of the greatest problems of our time is that many are schooled but few are educated. Your highest thoughts sometimes arise in your lowest moments. The opinion which other people have of you is their problem, not yours. Faith in Quranic revelation unveils all the possibilities that lie before the human intellect. Now this might disturb you, but I find I'm okay by myself, and I don't need you or your benevolence to make sense. Don't own so much clutter that you will be relieved to see your house catch fire. Society will always be too fragile to accept us for all that makes us beautiful. If you want to see a rainbow, you have to learn to see the rain. Be faithful to that which exists within yourself. We are the cosmos made conscious, and life is the means by which the universe understands itself. Many people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 75. Life has become immeasurably better since I have been forced to stop taking it seriously. The true delight is in the finding out rather than in the knowing. The truth is, it's really only okay to be yourself if that self is within an accepted range of normal. Love yourself. Forgive yourself. Be true to yourself. How you treat yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. I do not believe anyone can be perfectly well who has a brain and a heart. Silence is nice to have if you wanted it, but maddening if you didn't. To the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. If you really want something, you can figure out how to make it happen. People are always complaining that life's not fair, but that simply isn't true. Life is extraordinarily fair. It's just not centered on you. The laughter of the world is merely loneliness pathetically trying to reassure itself. What the society thinks is of no interest to me. All that's important is how I see myself. I know who I am. I know the value of my work. Then I realized that most of the world's problems stemmed from macho dickheadism, and if I cold defeat that, I could save the world. Because people don't have wings, we look for ways to fly. Whether you think you're right or you think you're wrong, you're right. If you think in pictures, right? If you think in words, paint. One thing I've learned in life is that the more quiet you are, the less attention you will get from invaluable people. We're all too driven by materialism, obsessed with success, with money, with trying to impress people who will never be impressed. Have faith. When you have nothing else, have faith. Our lives can't be measured by our final years, of this I am sure. Always be like a water. Float in the times of pain or dance like waves along the wind which touches its surface. Nothing important is learned, it is simply remembered. For all those that have to fight for the respect that everyone else is given without question. Magic always happens when you direct your inner powers to the object you want to change. Judging is the cause that creates the effect of choosing. Don't reject something just because it seems strange. It's comfort that will kill you in the end. To escape fear, you have to go through it, not around. When we fail, our pride supports us, and when we succeed, it betrays us. This thought strengthened in me my belief that all men, without exception, deserve to be pitied, if only because they are alive. Metaphors have a way of holding the most truth in the least space. It is culture that is the bully, or an ALDO central to weight-lay saltation. Once you realize you deserve a bright future, letting go of your dark past is the best choice you will ever make. Champions have the courage to keep turning the pages because they know a better chapter lies ahead. If you can't enjoy what you have, you can't enjoy more of it. Satan profits from the prayerlessness of the saints. There can be glory in failure and despair in success. I have never seen or heard of such a fish, but I must kill him. I am glad we do not have to try to kill the stars. If your desire is for good, the people will be good. If you wish to make Pythocles rich, do not add to his store of money, but subtract from his desires. I will continue my path, but I will keep a memory always. Always blow your own trumpet. Blowing someone else's is unhygienic. Don't tell me about your God with your words. Show me about your God with your actions. Knowledge is responsibility, which is why people resist knowledge. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you will ever have. It takes a huge effort to free yourself from memory. I realized then that even though I was a tiny speck in an infinite cosmos, a blip on the timeline of eternity, I was not without purpose. I was bold in the pursuit of knowledge, never fearing to follow truth and reason to whatever results they led. Time is a great teacher, but unfortunately it kills all its students. Letter, November 1856. Amateurs sit and wait for inspiration. The rest of us just get up and go to work. Hold on to forgiveness, for it frees your heart of resentment and opens the door to healing and peace. Don't be afraid to challenge the pros, even in their own backyard. A miracle is often the willingness to see the common in an uncommon way. 90% of everything you believe you can achieve in life, you will. Stars do not pull each other down to be more visible, they shine brighter. It's one thing to think you're worthless, and quite another for somebody else to tell you that you are. Growth isn't a series of mistakes. That's the only way you learn. It is truth that liberates, not your effort to be free. There are some things one remembers even though they may never have happened.